Hi, my name's Alison and I'm on the community team at the Heath Business and Technical Park in Runcorn. Today I'd like to show you how to make something for the children to play with out of junk materials. Let's have a look. Here it is in my living room because I've been kicked out of the kitchen because my husband's working in there. So I've got a couple of things to roll down my marble run, and I've got a glass bead and a bell because I don't have marbles because my boys are 29 and 26. Right, here we go. It might not work, doesn't matter. Did we get a hit? Yes, we did. Whew. Now here's the bell. Let's pop that down. Oh, look, just stuck there. Now I suppose if we were scoring, perhaps the children will develop their own rules as well. But if each of these is numbered, say if this was 6 and that was 5, whatever, then perhaps if you give your marble one touch to help it down, you take off 1 point or you take off 2 points. That's all part of it, deciding the rules. Well, let's leave that there now. I'm just going to show you, actually, this is what I'm proud of today. Have you seen my video station? This is a shoebox which will now hold my phone while I show you how to make the building blocks for part of that marble run. Yes, necessity is the mother of invention. So let's go. Okay, here we go. You will need for this a selection of sellotapes. Now that's part of the learning here, in that children need to know about fixings, they need to know about temporary fixings, permanent, preferably not permanent to your wallpaper. There are some safety talks needed here. I've stuck mine to a leather settee. I did check that it does peel off, but don't leave it, whatever you do, don't leave it in the sun. That they need to know that once they've made this, it's recycled into something else. Don't let it hang around. Okay, I've got duct tape, I've got masking tape, sticky tape, and this was my little collection of, that's another little glass bead. And I even, in desperate times, thought, how about a Lego man's head? Anything round. There we go. Of course, be careful of little ones getting those things up their nose, down their ears, because we don't want any more visits to A&E unless we have to. Okay, let's make tubes first, because tubes can link together. When you're making a tube, roll and sticky tape. Sticky tape, sticky tape, sticky tape. Not too narrow. I mean, the narrower you go, the stronger the tube, but the harder it is for the marble to go in. So it's another element to think about. Okay. There's a tube. Now, if you wanted to join two tubes together, then it's very important that the whichever is the upper tube, it needs to go inside, because that will cause a ridge. You want the marble to come round and drop over the ridge. If it was the other way round, the marble might come down and get stuck on the ridge on the inside. So your rule is the upper goes inside. The upper one goes inside. Then it's a continuous fall. Now, it might not be that you want to make tubes. You can make channels instead. Now, if you get a piece of paper and you cut it in half instead, and then think about, see, this is all fractions, look, put it into half. Now, of this piece of paper now, this piece, if this is my hole, I want to make that into thirds, into 3 long strips. So I've got to judge it. As they say in Cumbria, where my husband comes from, judge it by, I can't do his accent, by rack of eye and twist it gob, which means you do that with your eye. I don't know if you can see me, probably can't, but you close your eye and you twist your mouth. By rack of eye and twist it gob. There we go, that'll do. They are rough birds. Never share a cake with me, I tell you. Right, there we go. Now, that's okay, but it could be stronger. And the way to make it stronger is you can make a little sticky tape bridge. I've put a sticky tape bridge over the top there and this end. Because it would then stick to itself, I've put another little piece of sticky tape underneath, and I've got a building block. If you want, you can put, again, the upper one goes inside. They're a bit more flexible, those. Okay. If you want to use, and I'm just showing off now because I've got toilet rolls. If you want to link toilet rolls together, because they're all the same diameter, you'll need to make one end smaller. So this is the upper one and it goes in. This is an upper one, so it needs to go, hold on, in. If you wanted, you could make a funnel to go in the top, and a funnel, very simple, almost as if you're making a cone for chips, but instead, it's all about food these days, it's all about food, highlight of my day. Instead of like an icing cone here leaving a tiny hole, you just open it up a little bit, like that. Sticky tape, sticky tape, sticky tape. And that cone can go in the top like that. Please be creative. I mean, this is a washing up liquid bottle. It's a natural cone, isn't it? All you need to do now is start. And when you build your, this one took me 3 hours to build because you have ideas, you change your ideas, it doesn't work, you fix it, and totally absorbed. But my advice is build it as you go along. Don't build all the pieces and then think you'll stick it together. You're best making a short section, trial it. Does it work with the bead? Does it work with the ball bearing or marble? And make your adjustments as you go along, and that's part of the design, and I think part of the fun. And I think it's a good thing for children to be able to use their creativity. There's no wrong here. If it doesn't work, well, you could say that's wrong, but if it doesn't work, then there's always a way to alter it, and they've not wasted anything, and it makes them more resilient. And I just do warn you that people up to the age of, well, infinity would enjoy this. Best of luck, enjoy it. Thank you.